Is pure keto carnivore diet practical for a busy family? Let's talk about it. This came in as a very specific request from a viewer, and I apologize for taking so long to get to it. I had to get through my vegetable mini-series first, but this was first on my list to talk about when I finished with that. So here we go. I'm John, your carnivore teacher, and today I want to answer that question from one of our viewers. Is a pure keto carnivore diet suitable for a family with 3 children and a round-the-clock work schedule? What if money is tight? What if someone can't afford quality meat every day? And what about people with very high LDL cholesterol? These are important questions because it's one thing to talk about nutrition in theory, and it's another thing to live it in real world. These are important questions because it's one thing to talk about nutrition in theory, and it's another thing to live it in the real world. So let's dive in. First, is a keto carnivore diet practical for a busy family? The short answer is yes. But it depends on your expectations. Many people imagine that eating carnivore means spending hours every day preparing elaborate meals. In reality, one of the reasons many people are attracted to this way of eating is because it can simplify foods tremendously. Think about it. Instead of planning breakfasts, lunches, snacks, desserts, side dishes, beverages, you're often focusing on a much smaller number of foods. Meat, eggs, fish, some dairy if you tolerate it, salt, and water. That's it. For many families, fewer ingredients actually means less shopping, less meal planning, less kitchen time, and believe it or not, less money. The challenge isn't the food, it's the culture. The biggest challenge for most families is not cooking the food. It's navigating a world built around carbohydrates. School lunches, birthday parties, sports events, after-school activities, family gatherings, road trips. Everywhere you look, there are sandwiches, chips, crackers, cookies, donuts, and sugary drinks. That's where most families struggle. Not because carnivore is difficult, but because the modern food environment is designed around convenience carbohydrates. All right, what about children? This is where I always encourage parents to think carefully and do their own research. Children are not simply small adults. Their nutritional needs vary by age, growth stage, activity level, and overall health. Many families choose to increase animal foods while reducing ultra-processed foods, sugar, and seed oils without necessarily adopting a strict carnivore diet for every child. Parents should make decisions based on their family's circumstances and, when appropriate, consult healthcare professionals they trust. My goal is education, not telling anyone how to feed their children. What if you work around the clock? Many people assume carnivore is harder for busy schedules. In my experience, it can actually be easier. Here are some practical strategies. Batch cooking. Cook several pounds of ground beef at once. Cook a tray of hamburger patties. Hard boil a dozen eggs. Prepare enough food for several days. Now, lunches and dinners are largely done. Simple lunches, carnivore lunches don't need to be fancy. They can be cold hamburger patties, hard-boiled eggs, leftover steak, beef sticks, canned fish. Simple often wins. Use your freezer. Buying larger quantities when meat is on sale can dramatically reduce costs and save time. A freezer can become one of your best tools. Is carnivore expensive? This is probably the most common concern. The answer is it can be, but it doesn't have to be. Many people compare carnivore to buying premium grass-fed ribeye steaks every day. That's not really reality for most people. You do not need ribeye at every single meal. Budget-friendly carnivore foods is what you're looking for. Some of the most affordable animal foods include ground beef, eggs, chuck roast, brisket, chicken thighs, sardines, mackerel, canned salmon, organ meats. In many cases, these foods provide excellent nutrition at a lower cost than premium steaks. All right, now here's a question that I often get asked. How much money was being spent before? Many people don't realize how much they were spending on chips, crackers, cookies, ice cream, soda, juice, energy drinks, fast food, coffee shop visits. When those expenses disappear, the difference in food cost is often smaller than expected. Some people even save money. Others spend about the same. Every household is different. All right, what if you can't afford high-quality meat every day? This is another excellent question. Many people believe they must choose between eating perfectly or not doing it at all. I don't see it that way. If your budget allows grass-fed and pasture-raised products, that's wonderful. If it doesn't, do the best you can. A package of conventional ground beef is still animal protein. It's better than cereal and pizza. Eggs are still eggs. A can of sardines is still highly nutritious. Perfection is not required. Doing better is often enough. Many people have experienced significant health improvements eating conventional animal foods simply because they reduced ultra-processed foods and refined carbohydrates. All right, here we go. Here's a question. This is the question I get asked all the time. What about very high LDL cholesterol? And this is where things become more nuanced. LDL is one marker. It is not the entire picture. When evaluating metabolic health, many practitioners also, the good practitioners, look at HDL cholesterol, triglycerides, blood pressure, blood sugar, hemoglobin A1C, fasting insulin, waist circumference, inflammatory markers, and coronary artery calcium scores, CAC. Looking at a single number in isolation will not tell you the whole story. It just doesn't. So why does LDL sometimes rise? Because some people experience substantial increases in LDL cholesterol when adopting a low carbohydrate or a carnivore diet. Potential reasons include increased fat utilization, weight loss, genetic factors, individual metabolic differences. Researchers are actively investigating why some individuals experience very large LDL increases while maintaining otherwise favorable metabolic markers. Should someone with high LDL avoid carnivore? That is not a question I can answer universally. Health decisions should always be individualized. Some people see LDL rise while other markers improve dramatically. Others may choose a different dietary approach. This is why regular monitoring and informed discussions with qualified healthcare professionals are important. Nutrition is rarely one size fits all. All right, here's my perspective. The goal should not be dietary perfection. The goal should be improving health. For some families, a strict keto carnivore approach may work wonderfully. For others, a more animal-based or low-carbohydrate approach may be more practical. Many families start one way and they ease into carnivore gradually. The best diet is often the one that improves health markers, fits your budget, fits your schedule, fits your family, and can be sustained, that's the big one, sustainability, over a long term. Because if a diet is impossible to maintain, it doesn't matter how good it looks on paper. Here's my final thoughts. Can a busy family with 3 children successfully follow a keto carnivore diet? Absolutely. Will it require planning? Yes. Will it be perfect every day? Probably not. Can it be done affordably? For many families, yes, especially when focusing on economical animal foods and reducing spending on processed products. And if you're concerned about LDL cholesterol, remember that one number rarely tells the entire story. Context matters, individual variation matters, and informed decision-making matters. At this point, I refer you to a movie that you can choose to rent or buy on Netflix, and it is called The Cholesterol Code. That will explain cholesterol and LDL far better than I possibly can right here in this little video. All right, as always, my goal is not to tell you what to do. My goal is to give you information so you can make informed decisions for yourself and your family. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. If you found this one helpful, give it a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon. If you leave me a question in the comments, I'll write you back. And please share this video by clicking that share button. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.